Hey guys, some gamer dude here. So today I want to talk about, I want to go back to a subject I've talked about before, living card games. I made a video a long time ago, must be over a year now, basically going over why living card games don't do so well. And I think I hit three good points. The marketing, or in other words, the packaging, is atrocious. Many of the games are vastly too complicated, and to be quite frank, people like investment in card games. There's no investment in living card games. That's just the reality of it, unfortunately. People don't like card games as much as they like collectible cards. At least people that are highly invested. And for the life of me, I don't understand why. Because I'm the type of person who is more interested in mechanics and flavor than they are character and collectability. I think I've said this before. I prefer things to be affordable and fun than I do enjoy having my ultimate rare super duper bling bling whatever. But recently I've been looking at a game called Ashes Rise of the Phoenix Spawn. It's really interesting. It's basically Magic the Gathering had sex with Dragon Ball Z and made a love child with some theming of Highlander that uses dice as resources instead of resource cards, which is really interesting. It's got a lot going for it. The starter deck comes with, the starter box, I should say, comes with 6 different decks. And that's when I hit another problem of living card games. None of them are cheap to try out. All of them require a rather big investment. This is where games like Keyforge, while not a living card game, do have some leeway here. They're pissing away money, to be quite frank. Keyforge is dirt cheap. It's like, I chucked a little bit of money in, had fun for an afternoon, not really gonna get too upset if I didn't enjoy it, if it's not something I'm gonna return to. Or if I want to buy another deck to get something better, it's not expensive enough to really worry about. It's the price of 2 boosters. Big fucking whoop. My friend really harped on about that, but when you look at the price, it's really not enough to give a shit about. Over here, they retail for about $16 to $18, I think. That's about minimum wage here, or less than. So don't really care. It's an hour's worth for what's probably going to be an hour worth of enjoyment at the very least. And then I go back to Phoenix Spawn and look at it. The cheapest I can find the deck, the starter box, I keep saying deck, I mean starter box, is about $63 online plus shipping, or go to a store and buy it for $85. Now you get a lot of stuff for that $85. You get 6 decks and all the die needed to play, and you really need the die to play, unlike Keyforge where you kinda can make your own tokens, but again, you need the die and all that. But who in their right mind is going to go, I want to try this out. I'm going to invest about 4+ hours worth of my work and toiling into trying this out. Ooh, that's stupid. This is one thing TCGs do have over living card games, and this is something that came up while I was doing research for that, but I never put in the video and I don't know why. TCGs have a very low barrier of entry. It's really cheap to just pick them up and try them out. If you don't like them, again, it was pissing away money. It might not be pissing away money if you have to buy from multiple people in the family to try out. There's a hell of a lot of difference between, the average retail for a TCG deck here is 25, and there's a huge difference between 25 and 50, but again, it's for just the one person to go try it out for the day, it's not that big of investment. It's still a hell of a lot different from 85, even 62 plus shipping, it's a bit different. And because it's all in one package, it elicits different mental feelings. There's something very different mentally about, I picked up this box and it's got 6 decks, but you only got one item. The contents may look good when you look into it, but they're not 2 items. Like if you went and bought 2 starter decks, 2 trial decks, to whatever the deck or game calls it. It's a world of difference. It's a psychological thing. Again, with the collectability and the foil thing, it all relates to the human psyche. Phoenix Spawn looks great. Ashes, sorry. It looks like it's a lot of fun. It takes a lot of the aspects of Magic and to some degree the spoils and force of will, merges them with a bit of Dragon Ball Z's gameplay, because there's back and forwards till both people pass, and it's just got a lot going for it thematically, and it looks like a lot of fun. But taking that plunge is the hard part. And I see a lot of living card games do this. And I think it's a major flaw, to be honest. They don't have the price level to get people to go, oh, that looks cool. It's not very much money. I'll try it out. This is where games like Hero Realms and Star Realms, because they're done as cheap games, they're not very much money themselves. It's like, I buy it, I play it for a few hours. Yeah, it was okay. Wasn't great. I might pick it up once in a blue moon to show people while I play with friends. And I didn't invest very much, so I don't care very much. Not the case with most living card games. And barrier of entry is a huge deal. Now, the other reason I might not understand it from another point of view is, to be quite honest, they could have probably done dual decks and packaged them more like a Magic the Gathering dual deck and charged closer to what half the retail is of the core set and make more profit that way, because the dual deck would be roughly a third of the main box, because it'd only be 2 decks, and plus the die. So, well, if you include the die as another component, it's roughly half the box, but a third of the card components. And you package it like a dual deck, so it's really obvious you get 2 decks ready to play. That feels different. It's not a big box with a phoenix shape on it that honestly looks like a board game. It's one of the better packagings for a a living card game type deal, but it still doesn't really. It doesn't tell me it's a card game. It doesn't give that feeling. It doesn't tell me what it is. It doesn't shout at me. It doesn't. It tries to be really artsy-fartsy and nice. I don't think that's a wise decision. You gotta... I don't know how those people don't understand marketing. Maybe this was because I'm somewhere around competently capitalistic. I don't know. In terms of making a product, because again, the channel is a hobby, it's not a product. I keep alliterating that because I know that someone down the line is going to go, your channel is bad quality. And I'm like, well, I don't put any effort into it. I just mainly focus on my thoughts. I don't care about the visuals. I try to make the thumbnails appealing as possible, but I try to tell you what you get, because I'm a big fan of it's what it says on the tin. These card games don't do that. A lot of games don't do that. They just try to go for, oh, look at me, I'm an enthusiast's game. Well, good job, mate. You kicked a lot of people out because they don't know what the hell you're doing. The individual booster deck type deals for Ashes hit the nail exactly. They show you the card. They look like a TCG product. Great marketing there. I first saw Ashes with one of the bigger expansion sets, the one with the Black Woman Knight on it. I don't remember the character's name. And it's like, oh, cool, because I was in saw the carried and it's like, this looks neat. And I look at the back and I'm like, oh, I need a base set for this. And they don't have the base set. And I look around, it's like, gee whiz, that's a lot of investment for the base set. Why couldn't you just, this is already $40, this expansion. Why not just include all the components in there? I mean, why not? You got to hit that realm of affordability. You got to make people go, that's worth trying for that amount of money. Especially as, honestly, products become more disposable. I think we've seen this in video games as well. As time has gone on, video games are a lot more disposable. You see higher sales and people don't value them as much. They wait till they're on sale because you can buy a bunch really cheap and big effing whoop. If you don't like them, they didn't cost very much and you can just get a few bucks back for them, and the difference is probably what was worth testing it out for a few hours. I'm an idiot. I don't sell off my games because I like hoarding apparently, but it's just something you can do. And the same thing goes for card games. You got to hit that point where it's worth testing out because the investment isn't very high. And I feel sorry for Ashes in a bit in this respect because it looks worth playing. I'm sure there's lots of living card games that aren't needlessly complex, have honestly decent gameplay, and while the base set isn't decently marketed, has some decent marketing to it, and is unique enough to warrant its existence. But this is just a shame. If anyone from Plaid Games does see this video for, I don't know why they would, because I'm probably not labeling this about Ashes. I'm probably just putting it in the tags in the description. But I would say if you want this game to expand, make a starter deck type set that's much cheaper than the core set. You could even just repackage those because the core set is too expensive to try out. I would have to play it to see if it's worth investing, and that opportunity just isn't there unless I found someone with it, and at which point this is way too much effort to see what a game's like, why bother? Again, compared to Magic the Gathering, especially the recent core set 19 decks. They were $15 here. I honestly think they could have been $15 without any packets and it would have been fine. Maybe bump up some of the rares and that in there and make them a bit better decks. But at $15, it's like, gee whiz, that's not much at all. Let's try Magic the Gathering. Even the Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure decks, they're $20 now. They used to be $25. $20 is not much money. It's just like, oh shit, it's $20? Let's try Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, you can find them on sale older stock for 18 and under. I've regularly seen them for 9 and 6 recently for Pokemon's Sun and Moon stock because it's so damn old. It's like $6, $9? Piss that money away. Let's give it a shot. Even if we don't like it, we get some pretty cards out of it. And yeah, I know you kind of don't want to devalue your product, but you have to hit mass market enough. You don't want a loss leader, but you want enough to get people interested. It's a fine game. It's a fine tightrope to walk, but you have to hit it. And you have to hit it pretty hard. But that's all I have to say for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next video.